What do bright students aspire to be?
I want the largest palace on the tallest hill.
I want to start my own chain of hotels all over the world.
I want to be the best investment banker in the world.
In today's fast world, youth's quest for fame and fortune is understandable.
You start worshipping power and money, whether it is acquired by the right means or not. Once they come to power, once they become rich, they become worthy of respect. That even the masters, religious masters, spiritual masters go after them.
Swamiji has once made a statement somewhere that if you have money and if money can do some good, then it has some value. But if not, it is a mass of evil and you must get rid of it as quickly as you can.
Many years ago, to the young and bright, a man raised some questions. First of all, try to understand this. Does man make laws, or do laws make man? Does man make money, or does money make man?
Our students are no worse than the students in Shanghai or in Stanford. But we do not know how to manage. We do not know how to manage a school. We do not know how to manage an academic institution. Swamiji talked about the excellence of every individual. He talked about how a person is to be built. He was talking about building a whole generation. And that's what we have failed to do.
The basic root of science in Western medicine today, in Western physics today, has taken a lot from Advaita Vedanta concept that was brought to the West for the first time by Vivekananda.
Let me read out from the Memorandum of Association of the Ramakrishna Mission, which was written by Swami Vivekananda himself. The objectives of this association are to impart, promote and undertake the study of and research in the arts, sciences and technologies and industries in all their branches, both basic and applied. To undertake scientific research in the area of medical sciences and to train teachers in all branches of knowledge above mentioned and enable them to reach the masses.
Swamiji believed in scientific experiments and an education system that produced quality. He advocated radical reforms. And this is what he said: the education which does not help the common mass of people to equip themselves for the struggle of life, which does not bring out strength of character, a spirit of philanthropy, and the courage of a lion, is it worth the name?
If you want to save individual from loss of peace of mind, loss of harmony, you want to save the family, society and the nation from the path of self-destruction in which we are going, we should bring back Swamiji's teachings and introduce them at all levels of education.
Today we don't have a good education. The whole system has become a negative education. The Western education brought by Lord Macaulay, it has only made us job seekers, but not job creators. It has made us a man of money, but not the character.
Swami Vivekananda said, education is not the amount of information that is put into your brain and run right there, undigested all your life. We must have life-building, man-making, character-making assimilation of ideas.
Swamiji believed that true education begins after information ends. If the idea that every individual has to evolve and grow and not simply become static and accumulative all the time trying to gather things and be stuck in the past, and instead if he is going to free himself from the shackles and climb relentlessly to his own excellence, if that idea is relevant to everybody, then Swamiji is relevant.
To those who have got degrees and they are searching jobs, to them he is telling, fie upon you, throw your degrees in Ganges. Don't you feel ashamed going down to Sahib, to Britishers and say, Sahib, please give me a job, give me job. So he was not in favor of jobs. So what he says, he suggests, he writes to his people, come here to America, bring some gamcha from Hooghly, sari from Banaras, and some masalas. I will help you in selling it here. Lot of things can be sold here.
Swami Vivekananda's thoughts are so strong. I always feel that if somebody can take an idea and try to live up to that idea, one life is not enough. So I picked up some of his ideas and started implementing them in my business. There's nothing wrong in making money, lot of money, as long as you make it honestly.
Tell me, today, what do you value the most?
Credibility.
The brand. Brand building.
Creating an image.
Goodwill generation.
To me, Jesus Christ was probably modern history's first brand builder. He was a brand spokesperson or brand ambassador, as they call it. And what was the brand he represented? He represented the product, God. The brand was Christianity. And he was the principal spokesperson or the brand ambassador. Now tell me, wasn't he? If I look at Vivekananda, just like Christ didn't invent God, Vivekananda did not invent India, but he completely reinvented India. Top to bottom, left to right, he presented an India in a manner which was relevant to the audience that he was speaking, and the audience represented at this Congress the whole world. And he was prepared for it, down to communication, packaging, and all those modern things. Started his speech saying, "My brothers and sisters of America." They haven't heard this kind of address before. And immediately he created the whole audience, turned the whole audience into a fraternity. And that's what good brand building, good brand advertising does. When you connect with your consumer, the consumer connects with a new brand world. He or she belongs. So he made sure that his audience belonged to him, belonged to the brand world that he was creating, that is India.
I think there is a mistake that we are making. I think when we look at Vivekananda, we should not be looking at him as a monk. You see, that's what the youth does, simply because he has not been brought out to them in the manner that I basically talked about, or the way I have sort of understood. So we need to get back to the fundamentals, and we need to highlight people like Vivekananda in the context in which we should be defining him, not as a monk, but as a great philosopher, thinker, visionary, who actually talked about India to the rest of the world in a way nobody had talked about before, and talked about the fundamentals which are going to drive India into the 21st century.
A youthful monk, Swami Vivekananda, is most relevant. Not because what he taught, but because the way he taught.
Why this stunned silence?
সংসার বিদেশে বিদেশীর বেশে ভ্রম কেন অকারণে মন চলো নিজ নিকেতনে মন চলো নিজ নিকেতনে